We're about to have another performance from the Washington Diamonds drill team. We're about to get it turned up. We got to make some noise for these kids, man. You guys can do better than that. It's the late night 30-year anniversary, 30 seasons down at Rainier Community Center. We even did it on Friday the 13th. Yeah. We got some legends in the building. We're about to have a bunch of activities going. Volleyball, dodgeball, basketball, dominos, spades, ping pong, bingo. We got something for everybody. Arts and crafts. Where the Washington Diamonds at? They about to make it happen. Let's make some noise. So we're going to get started with the speakers. I'm going to call up Mr. Christopher Williams, our deputy superintendent.
All right, so I have like a 3, 4, 5-page speech, but I'm not going to read it. So when they said they had someone who was going to come up and sing, I was like, okay, well, I'm sorry, where's she at? But she could actually sing, right? Let's give her a hand. Right on. I want to thank the SPD for being here, Adrian Diaz and his team. Thank you so much. We appreciate 30 years of partnership. I also want to recognize some of the people who were here in the very beginning. Cats like Rico Bembry. I just saw Rico here. James Hampton. And Brian Haynes. Do you remember people like Clint Hooper, Al Tefano, and River Robinson? Those were also some of the great late-night program staff that we had. This has been a great program for 30 years with the goal to intervene in the lives of young people and capture young people while they are in the hope stage of their development. But most of all, it's been a program to have fun and to bring the community together inside a community center on a Friday night or a Saturday night. And we just appreciate the families and the moms and dads who have trusted us for 30 years to drop their kids off here on a Friday night or Saturday night. That's powerful. So have fun. Thank you to all the Seattle Park and Recreation staff who are here. And onward and upward. We are prepared for another 30 years of late night programming. The one last thing I want to say about the late night program is we frequently talk about the Olmsted legacy. And this is the legacy of the landscape architect who laid down the foundation of Seattle's park system. We have an inside legacy, a human legacy that touches lives, and that's the late night program. So the indoor equivalent in our park system of the Olmsted legacy is the late night program legacy. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of that for the last 30 years.
Well, thank you everyone. I'm Adrian Diaz. I'm one of the assistant chiefs for the Seattle Police Department. I've been involved with late night for about 14 years, so I haven't been throughout the whole 30-year time frame. But I want to send out, I know you've heard some thank yous already, but I really want to reiterate the thank yous of everyone that put this event together. I want to thank all of the Parks Department's partnership with the Seattle Police Department. But I also really want to say thank you to the youth that have been engaged throughout that 30 years. It's all about you. And everyone, give a hand to all the youth. All of you have a story, and your story matters. Your story matters, and that's the reason why all these adults are here trying to make sure that you reach those dreams, that you reach those opportunities for yourself for the future. Remember, as you continue your legacy, as you continue to be successful in your life, it's so important to have the people surrounded that are in this room. And that's those adults that are out there, the coaches, the teachers, the community center staff, the officers. They're out here to support you. So I want to say thank you. The shirt on the back of the shirt says something. It is saving lives for the last 30 years, and that means something. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
I want to invite up some gentlemen that are the forefathers of late night, Rico Bembry, James Hampton, and Brian Hayes. Barnett, you can come up there with them too. You can come up if you want or not. But they're going to share a few words. And I'm going to give them a little honor. So these guys laid the foundation. What I will want to share is the city uses a lot of words like race, social justice, equity over the past 15 years. Late night in 1989, these guys pushed forward an agenda that was really race, social justice, and equity before we even had that language. You know, they were trying to serve our kids, and to date, we still hold true to serving the population that they served in 1989 through the 90s to the 2000s. So I'm going to, with no further ado, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Rico Bimbry.
Yo, what's up? We made it. First of all, I want to thank God for giving us that blessing of late night. So just give a hand up for the Most High. Second, there are a lot of people who are behind this that made this thing happen. It's not just us three. It's hundreds. I want to thank Patty Petish for going on a bus ride with us to Oakland with some knuckleheads and made that work. I want to thank a gentleman who's not here. His name is Mike Wanless, who was one of my first supervisors, Karen Ristow, Holly Miller. And this all started with one thing, and it started with a vision, and the vision was this. It was just to save lives. That's it. Whatever we could do to save lives and to make this thing go. So for everybody who participated, all the coordinators, managers, supervisors, specialists, directors, I want to thank you because we went rogue, but we had to save lives. But with that, be blessed. I want to bring up a couple gentlemen here. Without making it happen, these are two brothers that have my left and right. We did this thing together, so thank you, brothers, for getting through the heat. James?
Thank you. For most of you guys, my job was to run the Rainier Community Center, so I was the first late night programmer, or I don't forgot the what was my title, Rico? Oh, specialist. I was a specialist. Anyway, as I walked, driving down here, I almost cried because I started to think about some of the kids that had come through here that's no longer with us. One of the ones that sticks on my mind the most is Eucedra Pleasant. She was a young lady that always over at Rainier Community Center would be out in the lobby playing on the video games. I remember the day that she passed away. It was on a school holiday. And on that day, well, to set a little more context, every spring break, we used to run a program at Rainier Community Center so that the kids could come off the streets and be safe. That one week, I don't know if they were doing the floors, I don't know what happened, but the center wasn't open. And she lost her life in the street, but had this center been open, she would have probably be standing with her today. So what I would like for us to do is to, I want to do a moment of silence for Eucedra Pleasant. Also in there was Lawrence Franklin, that I remember the most too, who was in there. So for Lawrence and Eucedra, I want us to have a moment of silence. Thank you. Last thing before I pass the mic, when they were building this building, I told the construction workers, when you put up the rim, don't tell nobody. I say, because I want to be the first person to score a basket in Rainier Community Center. So that rim right there, this rim, I scored the first basket. Can't nobody take that away from me. Not anymore. So, to end, I would like to thank the city of Seattle for allowing us to save lives in this community. I remember 250 kids off the streets. Yeah, that's why my memory Hey, my memory of those kids, I see them in here now. Now I see their kids. I'm running programs now, and I'm working with the kids of the kids. So I want to thank all of you guys for coming out tonight.
So I'm presenting you guys on the behalf of Seattle Parks and Recreation, the Late Night Legacy Award. Your vision, leadership, dedication for late night has shaped a 30-year legacy of healthy people and strong communities and saved countless lives. In the words of Rico Bembry, it's not rocket science, it's social science. And in the words of Brian Hayes, stay true to the game. And what I'll say in the great late words of Tupac Shakur, I may not be the one that's going to change the world, but I guarantee I'll spark the brain of the one that will. That's what you guys did. You guys sparked me. You guys saved my life and countless others' lives. Late night saving lives for 30 years. The marathon continues.
Thanks, Andre. I want to welcome everybody here tonight and all the people that, that have been here for 30 years. I hate to say that I've been here for 49. But starting late night was one of the best things that we ever did. And I can remember how we all turned out to work every night during the Rodney King incident in Los Angeles to keep our young people in the house with us. We had good partners from Seattle Police and people that came that had never worked at late night or been around. It doesn't take much. It only takes building relationships with people because the kids have to go to school. They have to at least hang out and pay attention to their parents. But they come here because they want to, and they need the help that we can provide and the relationships where they feel comfortable talking. So volunteer, come out, be around. I can remember everybody and all the trips we took. And it was really fun. Thank you, SPD, a lot.
DJ, you can go ahead and hit us with something. Ain't nothing like some bass. You hear me? Ain't nothing like some bass.